Hello people of the interweb, Lucy here, and today we're going to discuss a very interesting topic, at least I think for me. So lately I've been a little bit, I guess, obsessed with Five Nights at Freddy's. So we are going to talk about and theorize who actually caused the bite of 87. Now, I've heard a lot of theories. Some people say it's Freddy. Some people say it's Mangle. Some people say it's Chica. But the most I hear is that it's Foxy. Now, at first I believed it too, but after thinking about it, I don't find it likely. Well, let's see. What do we really know about Foxy? When we look at him, it looks like he has sharp fangs, so it looks like he could bite the frontal lobe off, because his teeth are sharp enough. We know he is out of order, and he's broken, which means that something had to happen for him to be out of order, and for him to be not fixed, like the other ones. So, this sounds like incredibly convincing that it seems like he would be the one to cause the bite, right? Well, let's take a closer look at his teeth. If you look closely, we can see that his teeth are actually quite dull. Like, they appear sharp, but they're actually dull. The reason for this is because if he's an animatronic for little kids, I know I've been to Chuck E. Cheese a bunch of times. Sometimes kids will crawl on stage and try to touch it. Now, the restaurant would be sued if the teeth were too sharp, so the kid would slice its finger on the teeth. So, and they would obviously have to be dull. So the teeth thing, that's out of the question. It can't be with that. Also, if you played Five Nights at Freddy's 2, you will see that all of the animatronics are the toy models, and it's a prequel, so it takes place in 1987. And Foxy, he isn't even running, and all of the original models from FNA F1 are all put away and only used for spare parts. So Foxy wasn't even running in 1987, so that just blows him off the list completely. Also, back to the teeth thing, yes, it would be easy to speculate that he could do it because of his sharp teeth, but also, those, like I said, they have to be dull to be child safe. But you know what's not meant to be dull and expected not to harm anyone? The endoskeleton teeth, which could be dangerous if put enough force. They could probably do some damage. Which brings me to my theory. Let's think about it this way. In 1987, all the toy models, they were the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Gang. We had Toy Chica, Toy Bonnie, Freddy, and Mangle. So, you have to think of it this way. Which one has a better chance of, they have the endoskeleton teeth more out, and they have a closer range for it? The ones that I think would have the closest to the endoskeleton teeth is Toy Chica when she takes off her beak, and Mangle, because although Mangle has the same structure as Foxy, she also has another head, which has a row of endoskeleton teeth that are exposed. So that leads me to believe that that might have caused the bite. Looking at Chica, it seems possible since her teeth are exposed, but if we take a further look at her face, we can see that the teeth are set back and not as exposed. And it'd be like sort of difficult for her to actually get a grip. Now if we look at Mangle on the other hand, her second head is exposed, the teeth are fully exposed. So that could possibly have caused the bite, at least in my opinion. Also, like, another thing that is possible to speculate, if Mangle did do it, perhaps she could do it, but it would all depend on how far she can move her jaw, because that snout would be blocking her from actually taking the bite, because the teeth are far set back into her body. So the teeth need to be able to reach, and I don't think she'd be able to do it with her own face, because the snout would block the path for her to bite him. The second head, on the other hand, like I was saying, the teeth are all exposed, and it could just easily bite. With enough force, it could probably bite the frontal lobe. So, the reason why I think it's the endoskeleton teeth so much, well, it's because, take a look at these two pictures. This one is from the second game, sorry. And the second one is from the first game. Now notice the differences between the teeth. The one from the second game is thinner and like more, or I don't know how to say it, but like more dangerous in a sense. Whereas the one in the first game, they're more dull and more cube, so they can't, it doesn't seem like they can cause damage anymore if the bite was to repeat itself. If an animatronic tried to bite, it wouldn't work. Like, it would just, I guess, bonk their head, not do anything. Also, another piece of evidence that supports that Mangle caused the bite would be her jump scare. If you look at it, she attacks you from the ceiling, yes. However, she attacks you where your frontal lobe will be. And like I said earlier, where it would depend how far it stretches, she's not biting you with her snout. She's biting you with the endoskeleton teeth, because you can see them open as you get closer. As she gets closer. Sorry. They start to open so they can actually bite you. But then again, I find this unlikely that she could have bitten you this way, because again, the snout would probably be in the way, and it would have to be like a quick bite. So her second head probably was most likely to cause the bite. But all in all, it was still her. Also, the victim for the bite of 87. I speculate that it is almost 100% Jeremy. Although the phone guy does mention that the animatronics have been tampered with on one of the nights, I forget which one, but he says that they've been acting strange around all adults, but they're 100% kid friendly. So we know that the victim cannot be a kid under any circumstances. It could be adults.
Just as a side note though, try to avoid eye contact with any of the animatronics tonight if you can. Someone may have tampered with their facial recognition systems, we're not sure. But the characters have been acting very unusual, almost aggressive toward the staff. They interact with the kids just fine, but when they encounter an adult, they just stare.
With the parents, when they go to the pizzeria, they come and go constantly. So they go to the restaurant, hang there for a few hours, and then they leave. Now, with Jeremy, every single night he is there. And the animatronics are constantly hunting him. Constantly, just trying to hunt him down and stop him. Even Mangle, if you listen to her radio, she's actually trying to call the police. So, with her trying to call the police, and them hunting you every night, with the criminal-based software that they have installed, they probably see you more as a threat each night that you come there. Which would make sense, considering the fact that, like, they don't know that you work there. They just know that their criminal database is reading you as a predator, and probably the more of as they see you there, they just add on to the record that you're more of a threat every time. So, my theory, well, that's my theory for why they would attack Jeremy, and it's more likely for it to be him than it being everyone else. So, my theory about what happened with the bite is that when Jeremy went to work the birthday party, that phone guy positioned him in, probably, like, he was standing close to Mangle, and Mangle read him as a predator. So she snapped and thought that, man, this guy, I've seen him so many times, he has to be up to something. If I don't do something, he's going to hurt one of the kids. I have to stop him. Which would make sense because they're programmed to stop predators. So she probably just snapped at him, and that's what might have caused the bite, because she snapped to protect the pizzeria or the kids. Also, even if you're not, like, sure, and you probably still think it's Foxy or whatever, that's totally cool. This is my theory. But take in consideration that the original models were retired in 1987. Then the toy models came. After 1987, the place was shut down, and the toy models were completely retired, and they brought back the old models. Why would they do that? I mean, the toy models seem more new. They seem sort of more kid-friendly. They seem, like, cuter in a sense. So, why would they get rid of the toy models? Well, something obviously had to give them a bad reputation. And what could have given them a bad reputation if one of them, such as Mangle, the toy Foxy, caused the bite of 87? And that's what gave them a bad rep. Now, back to Foxy, I have a theory that the reason why he's out of order and all kind of beat up is when the restaurant reopened, the kids probably thought that Foxy was sort of built the same way as Mangle, so that, like, he was take apart and put back together. So that could possibly be why he's broken and out of order. And they're trying to tell the kids that he's different, but they didn't know at the time. At least that's my theory. But anyway, back to the point. I think that Mangle caused the bite of 87. Like, so, yeah, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd love to hear your theories, and you can tell me if I'm wrong or if I'm right, if you believe me or not. And yeah, thank you so much for watching my video. I appreciate it a lot, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.